It's Thursday, and that means it's new bike video day. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's going to be a bit of a different one today. Yes, it's a bike video, but most of it's going to be off the bike. So today, I'm just going to find somewhere to sit down and have a little chat about... Is he not turning? Let's give way to the right, innit? Anyway, yeah, we're going to find a lovely little place to sit down and have a chat about what exactly happened with my MT-07 being nicked. As I made that video to let you guys know that it was nicked, but I didn't go into too much detail on what happened, where it happened and all of that lot. So we'll head up here, have a little sit down and go from there. And hopefully security doesn't come, because they like to kick you out of this place. I tried doing a photo shoot down here once and they were like, excuse me, you're not allowed to take photos down here. Okay mate, why not? He goes, well, I'm port authority and whatever I say goes. Alright mate, whatever. Have a nice day. Don't stress too much. Here we go. It's a little bit windy next to the water. Cool, let's have a little sit down. I'm going to put a picture on screen, and it's sort of a diagram on the area of where my bike was stolen. So you'll see towards the right, it's the motorcycle shed. That's where all the bikes get parked. You've got push bikes and motorbikes separated. You've got the main road going into the place, and then you've got the car park entrance. You'll see a little blue circle. That's a CCTV camera facing the car park entrance road. There's only one going in and out, and that's that one. And you'll see a red circle with the security area where their office, where they sit, and then the site entrance is there as well. So everyone parks in the parking area that way, and then they all walk to the security gate to swipe in and go through the turnstiles. So that's our reference point. So the yellow line is where I walk from the motorcycle shed into the gate. So I arrived at 10 to 7 in the morning, parked my bike up there, done the steering lock, if you will, and then walked into site. And obviously you don't leave throughout the whole day, so I'm there till 3:36. And I don't think I can name the place because they're a bit funny with things like that, but I'm using Google Images, which anyone can use, so I'm not showing anything that I shouldn't be. So I went to work, 3:36, clocked out. Got a lift from where I work to the main gate, so red circle, clocked out there, followed the yellow line back to the motorcycle shed and saw that my MT-07 wasn't there. At that point, my first reaction was, did I not park it there? So instant denial. And I thought, no, I definitely did park it there. So I thought, it's a bit strange that it's not there. Is someone playing a joke on me or not? So, because the steering lock was on, I knew that if someone was to move it, like a friend, just as a prank, they'd only be able to turn left, considering the steering lock is locked up. So I walked back to the security office, and I tapped on the door and I said, what do I do if I think my motorbike's been stolen? Which the response I was greeted with was, oh, another one. I was like, what do you mean? He went, oh, head into the main office, because they've like a little office at the front of the building and the main office around the side. So I went in there, there's another bloke there, mid-40s, motorbike gear, and he said, oh, have they taken yours as well? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, what did you have? And I said, an MT-07. I said, what did you have? And he said, a Ducati Multistrada worth 28 grand, so that was taken as well. They cut through the Ducati owner's lock, and then they obviously took mine because it was just steering lock. So it's still sort of ongoing months and months later, because this happened in October. at work on what they're going to do about it, because my insurance is saying they're not going to pay out due to the fact that it wasn't locked up. But if we look at that image again, you've got the security office, which is a 30-second walk from the actual place where I parked my bike, and for them not to have heard anything or not seen anything on CCTV is a bit strange. You've got a few different options. If the bikes were, say, hot wired and ridden out, you'd have footage of those bikes riding out, which there's not footage of that. So it leads me to think it was probably a van job, so like a box van. So people have come in the off-peak hours between say 7:30 when most people start work till 3:30. So there's a whole big window there where people could come and steal the bikes. I personally believe it was a van job. I also personally believe that it wasn't someone that worked in there that done it, but I have a feeling that someone that works in there has got insider information and then has given it to someone they know that steals motorbikes. As that road to get to that area is so out of the way that you wouldn't go down there, and if you were to go down there stealing motorbikes and you are greeted with the massive security gate and the big camera and everything there, and it says private property owned by fill in the blank, and if you were just chancing it and you saw all of that, we all know thieves are opportunists. They'd see that and go, screw that, let's check somewhere else where it's a bit easier. So I personally believe it was a van job. Someone had insider information, and that's how the bikes were stolen. There was a few 125s and a Harley that are parked up in the same area, but obviously Harley's probably too big to fit in a van, and because it's quite a big one, and 125s aren't worth anything to sell, so they took the Ducati that was locked up and they took mine as well. I did say that my insurance aren't willing to pay out because they said where it wasn't locked up that they can't do anything about it. But then it was parked on private property that's owned by the place where I work, and right next to the security gate. So yeah, I should have used a lock with hindsight, but if you've got all those security measures, you'd think that it would be safe. Evidently not. Also, when we spoke to the head honcho, if you will, when we walked into the security office, as soon as he come through the door, because we had to wait for about 10 minutes, he said, just to let you know, the company, we'll call them, don't take any liability for anything taken from the car park because it's a public car park. But if it was a public car park, the CCTV would be operated by the council or somebody else, but the CCTV in this car park is manned by the company, and if you are to park incorrectly in this car park, say like you take up 2 bays or 3 bays or just being a dick about it, you'll get a notice on your car from the company that says something like, if you don't park correctly again, we'll give you a fine or give you a warning, whatever, to your company that you work with within the company. It was just funny how he just come in the office and said, right, we don't take any accountability for that, it's a public car park. But I went on Google Maps and saw that the signs that are still there now, that were there also 3 years ago and prior to that, that say this car park is owned by the company, it's a private car park, no public access, and if you walk around the perimeter of the actual car park itself, there's signs on the fences saying private property owned by the company, blah 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 blah. So they're trying to go down the route of it's a public car park, they're not going to do anything about it. Because my insurance aren't paying out, I'm pretty much within my company fighting the company to see if they're liable for things going missing. We were told as well that a couple of months prior to that, a box van was taken from that car park. So it's not just motorbikes and, say, push bikes that get stolen. Mine's not the first motorbike to go missing. It's not going to be the last. So I asked the head honcho, or one of the head honchos in the company itself. I'm almost like telling you what it is, company-wise. But to see if I could get a gate pass to actually come onto site to make sure that there's no chance of my new bike ever getting taken. That got revoked. So they pretty much said, no, that's not going to be a thing. You're not going to be able to have that, which is a bit of a joke considering my bike's just been taken. It's not like I'm going out, not like I'm being unreasonable to them. Just need a gate pass to get on. So now I'm parking at a different area, locking it up, and just chancing it every day, which I shouldn't actually need to do that. But that's where we're at the minute. If things change, I'll update you. But that's the story on how my MT-07 was stolen. Thanks for watching. Take care.